Who's preparing the 214 lease in Alaska? What company has some beneficial updates to the upcoming season? And who is partnering up with GE? Stay tuned for all this and more when we come back. Hello and welcome back to EnergyScout News and Information, your source for energy news. I'm your host, Red Byers. Today's segment focuses on production within the energy industry. In breaking news, there are signs that domestic drilling is becoming imminent in the Aleutians East Borough, and the Minerals Management Service has recently signed a memorandum of agreement that outlines a cooperative arrangement between the two that will ensure local interests are considered during the evaluation of proposed North Aleutian Basin, the oil and gas lease sale of 214 in Alaska's outer continental shelf. Rigorous planning will go underway before the sale even takes place. In other news, Melrose Resources plc announced the following update on its operations in the United States. If you remember, in late 2007, the company announced its intention to implement a major infill drilling and water flood development program in its three principal fields located in the Permian Basin, the Jalmont, the Turner-Gregory, and the Artesia fields. The objective of the program is to access 7 billion cubic feet of proved undeveloped oil and gas reserves and to increase the company's production in the Permian Basin from 750 barrels of oil per day to in excess of 3,000 barrels of oil per day over the next 2 years. The project is expected to be approximately $55 million when everything is finished. Now let's see what else is happening in the energy industry. Partnering up for a third time, GE Energy Financial Services, a unit of GE, as well as Geo Resources Incorporated, a Houston-based production company, are investing up to $90 million to acquire and develop proven producing oil and gas reserves in Oklahoma. The companies formed a new partnership, the Okla Energy Partners LP, to acquire 82% of the assets from a group of private sellers. A wholly owned subsidiary of Geo Resources will purchase the remaining 18%. The two entities entered into a purchase and sales agreement with the sellers to acquire the reserves for $60 million and expected to invest up to $30 million of that, which will go towards developing additional proven reserves. Claxton Engineering Services Limited, an Acteon company, has been awarded a contract leading North American natural gas producer Encana Corporation. Claxton will be supplying subsea risers, interface connections, and personnel for drilling and completions, operations for 5 wells on high-pressure natural gas platforms. The set depths of 44 meters, or roughly 175 kilometers offshore Nova Scotia in the Deep Panook Field. During the second quarter of 2009, the equipment will be shipped to Halifax, where Claxton will prepare it for operations before it is taken offshore. It's time once again for our market numbers, but first, let's take a look at our leaders and laggards. In oil and gas, crude oil is up $3.93 to $131.72. Ladies and gentlemen, the summer is here. Natural gas has gone up as well 11 cents, and believe it or not, is creeping up to that $13 range. It's currently holding at $12.63. So now let's regroup after we take a quick look at our people on the move. In strange news today, another disaster. Take a look.
Sometimes it pays to keep your doors shut, especially when an unexpected visitor like this shows up.
It seemed like a nice cow at first, and then I knew something was wrong when it just kept coming at me. I mean, it wasn't going nowhere else but at me.
The cow had wandered away from a nearby livestock market. After attacking the first worker, she turned her attention on a second employee.
She just came running at us. He put his hands down on her head, lift them up in the air, and then she slid, and then I started screaming and clapping my hands at her to get them off of them. And as soon as she got up, she looked at me, started chasing me. I ran and jumped on top of the truck.
Well, maybe those guys were trying to give it an oil change. And that's it for today's Energy Headlines. Be sure to check out our website daily for up-to-date rig counts and company information. And remember, if you have any news in your neck of the woods, be sure to contact us at EnergyScout.com. Don't forget to stay tuned with us tomorrow. We will take a look at drilling within the energy industry. For Energy Scout news and information, I'm your host, Red Byers.